My mother died this past Saturday. I'm okay. It comes and goes. Waves of grief. Waves of gratefulness. So I don't want to make this show a bummer. I just wanted to get that news out because this show is very real to me. So what I'm going to do now is one of my mom's favorite things was to go to P.F. Chang. I've only been once. We don't really have those up around here. Maybe they have them in New York or down in Westchester, but up here I've never seen a P.F. Chang's. Maybe Albany, I don't know. But I was visiting down Miami once, and we all went. We got takeout. My brother-in-law and I went and took it home. And one of the things that Mom loved from there was an appetizer, the chicken lettuce wraps. Very simple appetizer, but quite tasty. So I'm going to make those in my mom's honor right now. Join me in the kitchen. Come on. Let's do it.
Come on, let's do it.
All right. The time I spoke of with Mom and P.F. Chang's in Miami was many, many years ago when she was young and vibrant. So I don't really remember the dish, so I had to go to the web to look it up. P.F. Chang, chicken lettuce wrap, and of course a million of them come up and some of them claim this is the real one, this is authentic. I wouldn't be able to verify. So I looked at a bunch, and actually, as always, I'm putting a little bit of my own spin on it. The chicken part, I bought a nice whole organic chicken, and you can get ground chicken, but again, this is in my mom's memory. I want to do it right for myself the best way I could. And also, if you remember last week's episode, I cleared out the house. So I went shopping, filled the place back up. I got a nice whole chicken, and it's on the stove now making chicken soup. Again, my mom's way, grandma's way. But before I put the chicken in the pot, I carved out a nice piece of one side of the breast, and I carved out a thigh, and they're in the freezer now with the attachments to the grinder. We're going to grind this organic chicken fresh, okay? Lettuce, I've got a Boston or a Bibb lettuce, which I think is probably what they would use in the restaurant. But I also have this nice red leaf lettuce because I stocked up to make my salads. Scallion, ginger, garlic. It's quite a simple dish, actually. Some rice noodles here, and I just took some and soaked them in hot water about 20 minutes, which is about the same time we're letting the chicken freeze. And it's just about that time. So what I'll do now, I'll prep. I'll chop my garlic, I'll chop my ginger, get all the lettuce washed, and I will meet you back here to grind up this chicken. Okay, I forgot a couple of things. You'll forgive me. My mind is still wandering a little here. Soy sauce, toasted sesame oil, and this was on the counter, but I don't think I mentioned it, the sweet chili sauce for serving. Now again, if any of you have been to P.F. Chang's recently, or if you know this dish intimately, don't come at me. Because again, it was so many years ago. One recipe online used peanuts, others used the noodles, some didn't use the noodles. So don't hate, because I'm not going to hate this meal. Here's the chicken. I've had it in the freezer for maybe 20 minutes, just like we did with the ground meat. You just want to stiffen it up. It's not frozen solid. All the metal goes in the freezer. Let's go. I'm using the large holes. That's the breast. Got a little thigh, a little dark meat. And there we go, freshly ground. I'll get what's inside there out. There's always a little extra in there. Fresh ground chicken. Now we can move it on over to the stove and get this dish going. Okay, let's start with the noodles. Got my pan heating up here. I'll go with a little bit of peanut oil. Let that oil heat up. We're going to flash fry them. I've got a dish back here with some paper towel on it. Dried these off real good. I spun them in the spinner, put them in this colander. I'm just going to take a little bit. These are washed, and I dried them as good as I could. I'm just going to take a little bit at a time, a few strands. And they shouldn't take long. Getting nice and crispy. Let's flip them over. Alright, they're looking good. Pan fried and crispy. Just takes a second. I don't even want to brown them, just like that. Alright, I'll do a few more, and then we'll get the chicken going. Alright, I'll finish my noodles because I'm going to be taking a couple of wraps for lunch tomorrow. And then I'll see you back here for the chicken. Alright, I got the cast iron heating up. I am going to go with about a little shy of a tablespoon of the peanut oil. Recipes call for vegetable oil. Sometimes I might have used my light olive oil. But I had the peanut oil on hand. Why not go for it? And then about twice as much sesame oil. So 2 short tablespoons of that. And let's get our chicken in. Coat the pan. And in we go. Freshly ground breast and thigh. Chicken, so we're going to cook it through well before we add our other ingredients. Chopping it up. The nice thing with those large holes on the grinder, it's definitely ground, but it holds some nice body to it, unlike buying the ground chicken in the store, which also, we talked about that on, I think, the burger show. Grind fresh whenever you can, because the more surface area, the more places for bacteria to hang out in. Straight from the freezer to the grinder to the pan. It's the way to go. It smells good just with the sesame oil. Big fan. Okay, let it cook a little. Quality control on these noodles. Oh yeah. Okay, this chicken's looking pretty cooked. Let's get our veg in. Remember, garlic, ginger, green onion, scallion. Get them right in there. Woo, that just kicked up an aroma right there. let's go with our shy 2 tablespoons of soy. I'm saying shy because I don't have as much chicken as the recipes we're talking about. So I don't want to over season it. We'll give it a taste before we plate up. I don't know. Looks like it's time for some QC. What do you think? Oh yeah. You know what? Might have been many years ago, but that's how I remember it. All right. By the time I get my plating set up, this will be well cooked through. It's already well done. So actually, the beauty of cast iron is I can turn off this heat, but it's retaining. So I will set up and see you for the plating. Well, let's start with our lettuce. Washed, spun dry. There's a red leaf. There's a butter. Let's go with another butter. And let's put this here. I think I'll start with 3. And we'll put our chili, sweet chili dipping sauce in here. Let's get the chicken. Nice and hot. And last but not least, let's get our crispy fried noodles. I don't know if this is real deal or not, but I don't care. This is for my mommy. Love you, Mom. I miss you already. Chicken lettuce wraps. P.F. Chang style. Oh yeah. The sweet chili dipping sauce, they say optional. As far as I'm concerned, it's essential. I hope this episode wasn't too melancholy for you, too much of a bummer. These are phenomenal and so simple. All right, I'm going to finish these 2 up. Have more for lunch tomorrow. Bring to work. Psyched. I'll be back in Miami in a week and a half for services. I miss you, Mom. Love you. And I'll see all of you for the next episode.
Come on, let's do it.
So it's Sunday, 1 week after I got the news on Mom. She died a week ago Saturday. So that show was in honor of her. And in the interim, I did go on P.F. Chang's website to verify a few things I said. I was right. They have one in Albany, and they have them in the city and down Westchester. No P.F. Chang between Westchester and Albany that I saw on the map. But I was happy to go on and look at the menu because here's a picture of theirs right off the website. And so I was correct about the crispy noodles. They are on there because different recipes on the web had different things. But who knows? There could be regional differences in the restaurants around the country. I wouldn't know. Heck, in Maine, McDonald's sells lobster sandwiches. But I got it pretty much right. As you can see in the picture, their chicken mixture looks a little darker than mine. Maybe they used a little more soy sauce. It looks like it has a sheen, almost like they used a cornstarch slurry, but I don't know. Mine were delicious. I was happy to see they do have the crispy noodles. They serve them underneath the chicken as sort of a bed. And interestingly enough, and they not only from this photo, but they mention it on the website, they use iceberg lettuce, which I was a little surprised. However, I'm a big iceberg fan. I believe it catches a bad rap. So there you go. In honor of Mom, rest in peace, P.F. Chang chicken lettuce wraps. Visit your parents. If you can't get away right away, call them. Trust me, you'll be glad you did.